So last year I had my GCSEs, and whenever I had a morning exam, my wonderful mother used to come downstairs every single day and make breakfast for me and my sister. My mum would ask me every single day what I wanted to eat, and I would say eggs every single time. And it even became a label in my house. It was the special meal before an exam. But the thing is, eating eggs every single day, I'm telling you, it really helped me get the 9s at GCSE. As much as you think I'm being an idiot or being sarcastic or whatever, I really think it did help me and it did boost my productivity. So I had this realization: why don't I just go pure carnivore diet during a set of exams? Because it clearly boosted my productivity, right? And I did that for my mock exams that I had about a month ago now. So I analysed this like crazy, and I'm going to share with you what I found out. So the basics: I got leaner, I got a little bit heavier. I'm not sure how much of an impact the diet made. And I did get stronger, which I know for a fact the diet made an impact. So my weight went up from 70 kilograms to 71. And my core lifts, my bench went up by a couple of kilograms. My row was fairly similar. My squat was fairly similar too. But I did feel a lot more comfortable in pressing the weight. Maybe it's more psychological because I was on the diet. But I do think the diet, eating eggs and chicken, avoiding carbs, really significantly improved my output when doing exercise. But that's quite obvious, right? You probably would have expected it if I'm eating that much protein, no carbohydrates. So my body's just like more prepared for this exercise. But what about my productivity? The reason why I felt more productive was essentially because I wasn't eating carbohydrates at all. Carbohydrates are complex and they take a lot of energy to break down in your body. And when you don't eat them, your energy is conserved and you don't really have to waste it digesting carbohydrates. But it's not something I would recommend. You do need to eat carbs, and it does give you enough energy to the point where it just cancels out the effect of feeling tired when you digest them. And that's the main reason why I feel like I felt more productive, solely because I wasn't eating those carbohydrates. But another thing that I feel like may have contributed was the testosterone boost. I know for a fact it definitely went up. My voice got a little bit deeper and my good cholesterol levels were increasing, because cholesterol is ultimately the building block for testosterone. This led to what I call the second wind, or your second spell of energy. That came earlier during the day for me. Normally when I wake up, I go to school, come home at 5 and I feel quite tired. And I'll get like a burst of energy to go and do more work at about 7:30. But this time it came a lot earlier. It came about 5. As soon as I got home, I was just ready to go and do more work. So my productivity had gone up significantly, solely because I was more prepared to go and do the work in the first place. But you may be thinking, maybe carnivore diet is not really that sustainable. There were a couple of downsides that I'll explain in a moment, but I want to talk about making the food and keeping the food, well, nice to eat, but also nutritious and healthy. So essentially what I was eating eggs for breakfast. I bought chicken from supermarkets, put in sandwiches at lunch, and my parents would cook something with a few carbs, but mostly meat, and they were quite happy to do that for me. But maybe you're in a position where you can't eat chicken every day, or you can't eat eggs every day. I wouldn't recommend it. I didn't particularly enjoy eating the same foods. But the thing is, it did help me quite a lot in my exercise and my work, but not to do with basic enjoyment. It did make my parents' life a bit of a hassle. I still had to eat a few carbohydrates. It wasn't pure. But I was eating a lot of fruit, a lot of vegetables on top of all this meat. So my diet didn't become so divergent, so narrowed down to the same eggs and same chicken, because I don't even eat beef or pork every single day. So what were the downsides of this? It got boring. It was a hassle to cook, and my parents didn't really like it. But the real downside of this was, as much as it was meant to improve my productivity or my exercise or whatever, it really didn't improve my health. I felt more ill all the time. You know, the general feeling of just being ill, maybe a little bit sick. And I was getting a lot of spots on my face when I notoriously had clear skin before. Correlation does not mean causation, but I was slightly skeptical. So yeah, I hope you found this video helpful. I've got a Discord in my description down below, and I'll see you in the next video.